Why didn't you step in before? Why are you gonna leave me out to hang like that? Why are you gonna leave me out to
Well, the
dry?
last few times I definitely said like, hey, if it's not working, try like,
Yeah.
exiting Discord or
Have you
whatever.
tried turning
I
it off
tried
and on
turning it
again?
off and turning it back
Yeah,
on.
but it never once crossed my mind because you've done it so often. Like he's definitely paying attention to like how he's doing the command, right?
I guess. I don't know. I just copy and pasting, so I must have just been missing that first thing. Anyways, so last week the Bo Burnham special came out, and we won't talk about it obviously because you and Dom have not watched it yet. But I will say, Todd texted me. I wasn't even aware this was coming out. No idea this was even a thing happening. Todd texted me, said he watched it, said it was amazing. You should watch it. When I went to bed that night, I'm like, yeah, I'm throwing this on. Let's see what happens. I was fucking beside myself. I was captivated. I was depressed. I was a lot of things. And then when it was over, I was like so in my emotions. And also like some of these songs were bangers and I want to hear them again, that I fucking queued it up and watched it a second time. I don't know what other type of media I've ever done that with, but I couldn't remember if there was some sort of show or movie or fucking comedy special that has done that to me before. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but I think if it was just a regular stand-up thing and not like such a music centric thing, I probably wouldn't have watched it at this point 4 times. But because it's mostly music and it's good music in my opinion, I feel like it like warrants you to go back to it because it's like you want to listen to it again. Like I've been listening to it in my car while I'm working and stuff too. So I've definitely been enjoying it. But
it's funny because like I said this, like me and Amanda looked at each other within the first 10 minutes, and I told you this, and we were like, "Whoa, he's super fucking talented."
Yeah.
I always tell the story of how we saw a stand up and he fucking stole the show as an opener that no one even knew who he was.
Yeah.
And everyone was like cheering, like literally standing up when he was there. And
Yeah.
I was like, and I think everyone just wanted him to continue. But yeah, man, like you can just tell within like 10 minutes of that show, it's like something special.
Yeah. It's funny because like when he came out back in like, I don't know, I think at this point it's like been 13 years since he like debuted on YouTube. But like when he was doing that stuff back then, and did the three of us ever watch that in high school together? We must have.
Probably.
Yeah. So like watching that stuff back then, like, it was funny, it was enjoyable. It was a lot of like rapping and stuff, so I liked it a lot personally. And like I've seen clips of his stand up and like seen some of his stand ups, but I've never like I don't think I would consider myself like a Bo Burnham like super
Enthusiast?
fan or enthusiast, sure. Like I didn't want to say I didn't want to consider myself a fan because I do like him and think he's talented, but I never like followed him as like closely as after watching this special. Now I'm like, I want to ingest fucking everything he's done. Like,
it's so funny you say that because I feel the same way. But I did watch Eighth Grade, and I remember reading the reviews, and I'm like, oh, it's really
it's good.
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, like, well, it's like it's sitting at like a 93 on Rotten Tomatoes. Like it's a very highly acclaimed movie, and that's what got me interested in the Bo Burnham. I've never really been like,
okay.
I don't dislike.
Oh, you've already seen Eighth Grade prior to watching his special. Okay.
Yeah, and I know who Bo Burnham is, and I like that song, like I'm Bo-Yo, like all the stuff from back in the day. But I never watched any of his YouTube stuff, and after I heard the acclaim, because I was like, wait, Bo Burnham's a director? Because he went to my high school. And I'm like he's a director now? And then that movie was like, critically acclaimed. So I was like, oh, okay, so this dude's clearly on to something. And, because I remember it was years ago, but he became very good friends with Judd Apatow, or close to him. And he was supposed to make like a High School Musical comedy-ish kind of thing. And it just never worked out.
Well, I fucking hope he does that now.
I know, right? Well, it's past the point probably at this point, but yeah, no, well, it's weird because was Donald Glover like his YouTube fame the same time as Bo's? Because I know Donald Glover had like some kind of weird. I don't know if it was like the same time or.
They're close in time. Roughly, yeah. I would say so. I mean, Bo is a year younger than me, Mike, and Dom. I don't know how old Donald Glover is.
Donald Glover should be a few years older than us, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So yeah, their YouTube stuff was probably around the same time. Yeah. Yeah, Derek Comedy we definitely watched in high school.
Yeah.
On behalf of Mike and myself, I would like to say you're welcome for willing that special into existence.
It feels that way to me. I mean, if you're listening to this episode and didn't listen to last week's episode, when we were, or was that last? No, it was a couple weeks ago when we were talking about.
It was last month. It wasn't for Haunted Mansion. It was during.
Oh, that's right.
Your pick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was for the Big Sick.
Oh, it's for yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about the Big Sick. So if you didn't listen to that episode, we were talking about the Big Sick, and Bo Burnham has a very, very ancillary role, I would argue, in that movie. Like he's integral to the story and like Kumail's character, but like I would say he has a big role in the movie.
He's a tertiary, maybe secondary character.
Yeah, but
I heard he has like a really good part in like A Promising Young Woman too. So like now like I really want to watch that. I've wanted to watch that movie forever, but his part's supposed to be like a big deal in that movie.
Yeah, but I now want to watch 8th Grade because I'm just like on a Bo kick. But I watched the special again last night. I've been listening to the music, all week. It's got fucking certified bangers in my opinion. And like
that shit's gonna be on iTunes and everything.
I'm surprised it's not on. I mean, maybe it's on Spotify or something, but it's not on Apple Music yet. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like I have to listen. Like I'd rather give him the listens and not like random person on SoundCloud who uploaded the thing. Like
I just pull up. If I'm in my car, I pull up the Netflix special.
Oh, that makes sense actually.
Yeah, it's probably easier.
Yeah, but I like it does so like it's crazy to me. He wrote it, obviously. He performed it, obviously. He wrote the music. He composed the music. I'm pretty sure. I'm assuming he did. And he directed it and shot it like himself. So like it is like so there's so many like crazy camera shots and like crazy light effects and all these things, and it's like this dude stayed in his house and did this. Granted, yeah, sure, pandemic, everyone's fucking inside, but like so many elements and layers that make it even that much more impressive. Like I think if you removed the aspect of he didn't do all of the camera and light work himself, maybe a little less impressive. Still really good, still impressive, but like the fact that everything was him and he shoots it all in one room, like everything happens in the same room. It's very interesting. I don't know. The more that I've listened to it and the more that I've dissected and picked apart little things, like the more I'm like, I am a very depressed person, and there's like a lot of little things in here that I latch onto, and I'm like, this is
I'm like, so it's so funny you say this because we were just talking about BoJack, and I feel like I'm a very depressed person, and I feel like BoJack hits the right notes for me or something because that's like a depressing show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're just like, I think 3 episodes in, right?
Yeah, no, like, and I saw something in it. He's giving a speech somewhere, and I was just like, oof. And like Bo's hit me the same way, but like, yeah, it's crazy because I don't necessarily, shouldn't say I'm a depressed person, but I feel like I'm like negative.
I mean, I definitely am. I'm not.
I'd say
sure
I'm like,
I'm
my doctor was trying to get me on like medication, but like, I'd say I'm like probably like right on the fringe of like that stuff, and
I definitely deal with mental health, like anxiety, a lot of shit like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm the guy that's like, I think I have a new issue. Oh, what's going on with this? And it's like, it's so like, I should say like I'm deep in it. Amanda tells me I'm deep into it all the time. So
Well,
I just sit here and try to smile and pretend like I'm not.
So the night that I watched it, I don't know what was it, like Monday night or something. I watched it twice, and then the next day I was like, I couldn't wait. I was like, when I get home, I'm fucking making Jen watch this. So then we watched it, and like, I don't know. Apparently, I decided to get drunk too. So at one point, like during one of the songs, I was like, I was crying a little bit, and Jen's like, "The fuck is wrong? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." It's just like he's going through so much fucking pain. Because like I don't know. And the other thing that's kind of crazy is like if you look at like now watching his most recent stand up, I think it was from like 2016 when he stopped doing comedy. I don't know, like you can tell like, oh shit, like no, he is depressed. Like he has like a lot going on, and like you can tell, and like this special makes it way more apparent that he's like dealing with shit. Anyways, it's very good.
Wait, but me and Amanda talked about this, and it's like, it seems like all the most talented people in the fucking world battle demons, especially comedians, like it's like well known across comedians. It's like so weird that like these people are geniuses, but they have to fucking, in order to be a genius, they have to deal with some fucking crazy shit that like they can't control.
I mean, look at Kanye. I think Kanye is one of the most talented artists
ever.
Of course, man. And like he is clearly seems to be like one of the most fucked up people as well.
But I'm guilty of this, and I give and like I don't think about the mental health issue of that, and instead I just go like, what the fuck's Kanye talking about? And I kind of like I'm looking at it like this rather than like looking at it like, oh, he's probably dealing with what I'm dealing with, but in a complete different way, and fame and everything else. But
I think Dom would agree with me here, because I'm sure we've both said this at some point, but I feel like when Kanye's mom passed away, that's when he started to change a little bit. Like, at least maybe he was always dealing with stuff, but I feel like he changed outwardly, like more public facing.
He blames himself for her death.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, that'll fucking do it. You know what I mean? That'll send you down a path for sure. But yeah, it's depressing because like Kanye's someone that like I think he's super talented. I love his music. Like his music is really important in my life. And like today, he's just such a bizarre person that it's hard to kind of like separate the two. It's like, I really like your music, and I still like your music, even the stuff you put out now for the most part, but like, I don't know, you were like an inspiration and like a hopeful person to me, and now you're kind of, I don't know what's going on there.
Well, see, that's good on this path, but I feel I just recently downloaded like Life of Pablo, all this other stuff, and I think the last couple albums he did are not good. I don't even know what Life of Pablo is.
I don't think they're as good.
Is Life of Pablo is like a rap album, or is he trying to be like electronic? Like I just don't even know what it is. I was so confused by it that I finally listened to it.
Does someone else want to take this one? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember what was on Life of Pablo.
Life of Pablo was Life of Pablo.
That was the one where he had the pop-up shop, right?
Yes.
Or was that? Yeah. Okay.
Life of Pablo has a lot of like, I think it has more ideas than it does songs, if that makes sense. Like, it's kind of just like, I'm making things. Yeah, I'm making things, and here it is, and put it out there. And it, like, I like some of the stuff on there. It's like, it wouldn't be in my top Kanye albums. Like, I think I don't even want to say that only Kanye's older stuff is good, because like, I like some of his more recent stuff, and I do like some of the songs on Pablo a lot, and some of the beats and stuff.
I think Kanye is like I think he's the best producer of all time, personally.
Yeah, especially for like hip hop and pop. Maybe not. I don't. Maybe like, pop music is a little too wide of a spectrum. But
of Jay-Z, like there's like he made Scarface's album that came out like probably 15 years ago. One of the biggest albums ever, and everyone was like, "Who the fuck is Scarface?" I remember him on that Tupac song. Like no one knew who Scarface was.
Honestly, like there's an argument to be made that without Kanye, maybe Jay-Z doesn't become who he is, because like some of Jay-Z's biggest hits at the time were produced by Kanye.
He produced basically the whole Blueprint album, and that's what brought Jay-Z back.
Yeah, so I mean,
that Blueprint album was like a 5-star. It was like the 5 mic double XL.
There's arguments to be made, because if Jay-Z didn't get those beats, who's getting those beats? You know what I mean? Like if they went to fucking Nas or DMX or someone else.
Imagine if he held on to those beats for himself. This guy would have had bangers for fucking.
I think
he talks about that on the end of
Last Call. Last Call.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think if more people had faith in him from the beginning, maybe. But nobody wanted to fucking do anything for him.
Nobody wanted to sign a producer rapper.
Yeah.
I also just think it's funny that you guys are having that conversation and brought up that you don't like Life of Pablo, and there's literally a song. I was trying to remember what album it was on, and it's on Life of Pablo, called "I Love Kanye," and it's literally about how everyone says, I miss the old Kanye.
I forgot about that track. Yeah.
It's literally a song about what you guys are talking about.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not like he's not completely aware.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know he was self-aware. That's why listening to that album, I was like, oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And he talks about, I forget what song he talks about his mother's death. And maybe it was on one of the albums he produced. I think it might have been on the Kid Cudi album. I can't remember.
Oh, see, and you were talking about
808s was after her death, right?
If it was either like came out at the same time or right after. Like they were very close to each other whenever that happened. Because the insert to that album is a poster of him kissing his mom.
Yeah.
Now I need to pull up the track list real quick. But I'll say that Kids See Ghost album, which came out, it's probably one of the last things Kanye put out because he did that like
I think it's
5.
one of the best things ever put out.
That 5. He put like 5 albums out. He produced a Nas album, like I don't know.
I loved every album.
He did like a couple
that.
albums.
Tiana Taylor.
Tiana Taylor, Kid Cudi, and then there was another one.
What's a Pusha T? I think.
Oh yeah, and I mean that Pusha T album has got some fucking bangers on it.
The only album I didn't like out of all of those was Kanye's own album that came out. And I thought he did an amazing job on every other. I thought every other album was like top tier.
Yeah. So I don't want to stay on this too much longer because this is a ridiculous intro, but I also kind of love this intro. So just looking at the Life of Pablo track list so I can refresh my brain. Ultralight Beam, which is a song with Chance the Rapper. I don't hate that song. It's not bad. It has a really good beat too. Father Stretch My Hands Part 1 and 2 is like it. I mean, I like the production of that song. I mean, it's not like a song that's like, you know, it is what it is. Like it's just, you know, it's like it is what it is. Famous is all right. I like Highlights a lot. Highlights is a good song. I'm a big fan of Real Friends. Wolves, I'm back and forth on. That's the song with Sia. I don't know how I feel about that song.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. I assumed I was gonna like that when I listened to it the other day. I didn't like the songs that were popular from that album, basically.
Yeah.
Like the one that like your love is faded, dude, wake up, whatever that one is.
Yeah, I mean that's just like a dance song basically.
Yeah, it's like that's why I was confused. I'm like, what is this album? I don't understand what this album is.
30 Hours I liked, and I like the beat to that a lot. 30 Hours made me think a lot more of like a more rap focused Kanye. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. The thing that I like about Kanye is that like we're so deep in his career at this point that like I almost don't even look at his albums by album. I just kind of look at it as like he has such a wide swath of range when it comes to what he creates. And even if the thing he puts out isn't the greatest, there's probably a couple of nuggets I can pull off there that I enjoy. And then I just add that into the list of like, he's got fucking 70 songs that I'll listen to, you know, here's 10 more, here's whatever.
He has the best track on the Games album that he produced, you know. I forget what it's called. You Couldn't Get Far.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
that's a good song. Listen, one of the things I always wanted, maybe it'll happen someday, maybe it won't, but I wanted an Eminem produced Kanye song so fucking bad. Like I still want that. Like I don't even care if Kanye doesn't rap on it. I just want Eminem on a Kanye beat. Closest we ever got to something like that was Forever, which was the song with Drake, Kanye, and Lil Wayne and Eminem. But even that just kind of felt like everyone just like wrote a verse and here you go, here's the beat, where it's like if like Kanye and Eminem went in the studio and like made something together, I feel like it would be fucking batshit crazy. That's possible.
I'm actually surprised you know. Yeah,
I think they were supposed to do something at some point, or they might have done like a mixtape song together at some point. But anyways, welcome everyone to the Task Control Podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest in video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we talk about Kanye West too much. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me on this lovely Friday evening is the anime senpai himself. He's so fucking money and he doesn't even know it, Mr. Michael Desir. Mike, how you doing tonight?
Take it away, Todd.
Are those watermelon glasses? Or are they just like U-shaped glasses?
No idea.
The rims are green and the inside looks red to me, so it's like looks like watermelon shades.
The problem with this stupid app is that some of these names for filters are too long. They don't have a way of showing what they're actually called.
This filter makes me think that you're in a weekend video.
Yes.
He's blinded by the lights.
Honestly, another artist that I'm really getting into recently, and I think is way better than people give him credit for.
I love The Weeknd. I love The Weeknd.
Yeah,
I think The Weeknd is crazy talented.
Yeah.
The only person that doesn't agree with Todd, the Grammys.
Right.
Why did he not get Grammys or something?
Honestly, I think the Grammys are a joke, though. The Grammys don't even nominate good artists.
There was
they nominate what's popular.
Yeah, there was a big to do about like him being snubbed by the Grammys. Like they didn't nominate him for anything.
I don't know. I haven't watched the Grammys. I've kind of fallen off the
Yeah,
Grammys. I don't
I
really
don't
watch award
watch
shows.
the
Grammys
Grammys.
are
It was
trash.
just in the news.
Well, I fall off the news too, Mike. What do you want from me? You expect me to read?
I don't know. Just be
educate
a little
myself?
bit more cultured.
I guess I
Great,
could
you
do
know
that.
about a bunch of Kanye stuff. Fantastic. You know.
Listen, Ye's
Read a
my guy.
newspaper.
Ye's my fucking guy. Anyways, also joining us is the Monster Hunter. Todd Gary. Todd, how are you doing tonight?
Yo, speaking of Monster Hunter, I looked at my stats on the Magna, whatever the fuck it's called, that I was trying to get the weapon on. I fought that thing 63 times and beat him 63 times, and have still not gotten the purple orb from that motherfucker.
The Magna Carta Holy Grail.
Yeah, but yes, I just want to put my hands on my head and start crying. Press A.
You know what I'll say? Jay-Z has the similar inconsistency problem late in the game that Kanye does.
Trash. I think Jay-Z's trash. I will never say Kanye's trash. I don't think
Jay-Z is not trash.
No, but like I think Jay-Z, the older I got and grew, I like 90% of the stuff I like. Jay-Z minus Reasonable Doubt, Black Album, and Blueprint. Most of the other stuff is like, this is like him phoning it in. It's like great beats and just fucking like, cool, you got an okay verse here, you got an okay verse. It's not even about like the lyrics for him, and that's, you know, he had some awesome, great
he addresses
party songs and,
he addresses that on fucking
wait,
on the Black Album. He addresses it on the Black Album. He says he's the song that that fucking Eminem produced. What the fuck is it called?
Renegade?
No, that's on the Blueprint. No, on Black Album. There's the song
Moment of Clarity.
Moment of Clarity, yeah, where the chorus is like Jay-Z album names. That's the chorus. That's like the chorus of the song, which I enjoyed. But there's a line in that song, or two lines in that song, whatever, that he says like, you know, something about making money rapping, and he's like, basically the punchline is, I ain't been rapping like common sense, because basically when he realized he could make a lot of money
which makes sense,
sort of,
yes,
you know,
100%.
catering to a certain audience with his music. He's like, I ain't been rapping like common sense, because why the fuck would he do that when he could be making all this money? But I still think Jay-Z has good, like, I think he's a good lyricist. I think he has like good songs and good lyrics.
I don't disagree. I just think
if you're gonna,
I think it's very spotty.
I think
it's spotty.
See, I don't even think it's that. It's like, I think if you're gonna throw him up against someone like Nas, like, yeah, maybe Nas has more lyrics focused music than Jay-Z does.
It was so funny,
but I don't
was way
necessarily
more of
need
a
that.
Jay-Z guy back in the day. Well, I mean, Illmatic, I think, is one of the greatest rap albums ever. So that, like, I always had Nas with that. But I think Nas had some of the same issues that Jay-Z had. I just think he tried different things. I don't think it was like in the same, like Jay-Z just had party album after party album, like Volume 3, you know, like Big Pimpin', like, you know, everything he put out for like so long. The R. Kelly 2 double
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, I think there are a few. There's some gaps of albums where like Jay's maybe not at his best, but then I think he swings back around. Like,
I think after the Black Album, he hasn't done anything that I would even be like, cool.
You are crazy. There are, like, I don't think Kingdom Come.
Beach Chair.
Yeah, it's Kingdom Come. I don't think Kingdom Come in its entirety is a good album, but I think it has real fucking good songs. And then, I mean, I don't know, like Magna Carta was kind of whatever, but did we go see that in Fenway, Dom?
Yeah, it was fucking one of the best shows I've ever been to.
It was a good fucking show. Jay-Z puts on a good fucking concert.
Who else was there?
It was Jay-Z, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I don't remember if they had an opening act.
I forget what concert.
I don't think they did.
I saw Jay-Z give someone their chain for the Rock family. Like, that's, I can't remember who it was too. It was.
And you saw it in person?
Yes, it was.
So
it was like it
was probably like Cameron or something.
No, it definitely wasn't Cameron, because I would have been freaking out, because it was like, that was like prime time Cameron time when he did it.
Then it would have been like, I don't know, Memphis Bleak or something.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't Memphis Bleak. I love Memphis Bleak, but like, I get it. You know. I know.
Wait, so then who would it have been? I don't even know who it would have been.
It might have been a female rapper. I don't know. I forget.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll have to go dig in. It was called the Lyricist Lounge Tour, and it literally had NERD. It was like one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
I believe that. I mean, it probably Most Def, I bet.
No, it was. I saw Most Def in Vermont, but he was amazing too. But yeah, no, it was like some band that was really popular, like Come My Lady, you know, like one of those bands back in the day. It had like something for everyone, basically.
Crazy Town?
And yes, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was who it was. But NERD was there, and then it finished with Jay-Z and everyone. But yeah, it was definitely interesting.
I would put Pharrell kind of in that bucket too, though, of like, I love
Well, he's one of
Pharrell,
the best
and I
producers-
think
I think
he's
he's one of
super
the best producers
talented.
of all
But
time.
there are like parts of Pharrell's career that don't vibe with me. Like there are albums that I don't like, and that's fine. I think every artist has that. But like I think there are some that I think are.
I don't hold Pharrell to the same way I would hold Jay-Z or anything else, because I think he's up there as one of the best producers ever. So I don't really give a shit about NERD
Listen,
that much.
I feel like there is an actual deep dive discussion to be had here about.
Wait, first of all, he did Rump Shakers, okay, and that's like that probably like outdates you guys, but like that was like his first thing. So like he's like that guy's been doing it since like '80s. Like
I love
late
Pharrell.
80s,
No, I think
90s.
Pharrell's one of the best that ever do it. What I was gonna say was I feel like there is probably a deep dive conversation here to look at like the producers that produced for Jay-Z in his early career, because Pharrell is another one that like Pharrell Jay-Z songs were fucking bangers.
I think him and Kanye carried him a little bit.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's a conversation to be had. I don't want to make these claims. I don't want to state these things.
No, I will 100% say that.
We're deep into this episode and we haven't even gotten through the fucking intro, so you know it's a good episode. Rounding us out is the Disney daddy, the Star Wars savant, Mr. Dominic 40. Dom, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing.
What's your favorite Kanye album?
So, I want to get for seemingly no reason at all. I mean, we've been having a nonsense conversation for the last half an hour. But we brought up Bo Burnham and his mental problems. We brought up Kanye and his mental issues. For reals, if you have like mental problems, like reach out and talk to somebody.
Absolutely.
All four of us will listen to you. We'll talk. I'm sure all of us can agree that we all have our own problems. So if you're out there listening and want somebody to talk to, all four of us are here.
100%.
Or talk to a doctor or
like
a friend or a family member. Don't deal with it by yourself, because that's
the worst thing you can do.
You get in trouble.
Yeah. There is always someone who will listen, whether it's someone you know, someone you don't know, or professional help, because none of us are professionals. But I
mean, I'm a professional gamer.
Oh shit! Fucking sign him. Fucking FaZe Clan. Fucking Dinkeldorf over here. I couldn't name another esports thing if I'd fucking tried right now off the top of my head.
Right.
I don't know, the Red Bull Raptors. Fucking sign Dom.
But yes, for real, reach out and talk to somebody.
Yes, 1,000,000,000%. Absolutely. Don't be like me and get drunk and cry to Jen about how Hands Up is so meaningful because it talks about what he's going through and where he thinks he's going and how at the same time it all fucking resets. It's fucking anyways. Whew.
I mean, you can do that too.
Yeah, that's fine. Jen's always available.
It's a coping method. Just
so not to get off
be
topic,
responsible.
This is why.
Hold on, not to get off topic, Todd. Nothing so far has been on topic. The episode is supposed to be about E3 predictions, so nothing is off topic because we're all off topic.
This is why Hereditary works so well for me. Have we ever talked about Hereditary at all? Because,
no, what's about?
Are you gonna make an actual point? As I do want to hear it. If you're gonna make an actual point, because my head also came off when I was driving down the highway.
No, but I feel like I relate to the chaos of Hereditary in some ways. Like I feel like it's almost soothing to me in some ways.
Listen,
but I'm joking.
I'm sure that in order to make a movie like Hereditary, Ari Aster has got to have some fucked up feelings in his. Some of these things probably have meanings to him specifically, which is how he's able to translate them onto the screen. I would imagine, maybe not. I don't know, but I will say,
I'm not gonna lie. I think this is the best episode we've ever done, hands down. I like where it's going. Where else can we go now?
I don't know. I mean, we got a little
Dom's
fucking.
Tell us what his favorite Kanye album.
Yeah, that's right, Dom. I want to know what your fucking favorite Kanye album is. I want everyone to tell you what their favorite Kanye album is.
Absolutely.
There's a new segment. Every guest that comes on, we're gonna ask them. No more fast food. We're gonna ask them what their favorite Kanye album is, and if they don't fucking listen to Kanye, we'll kick them off the show right there.
We'll make them listen to Kanye. The rest of the episode will just be
listen to his
entire discography.
Will be us convincing them what the best album is.
Hold on. I want you to listen to this.
How much time you get? All right, throw it on. We got an hour.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to not say that College Dropout is my favorite Kanye album, but I don't know.
Is your favorite
album? I don't know that my favorite Kanye song is on College Dropout. So
What's your favorite
I get
Kanye
that.
song?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know if your
I feel
favorite
like
song is
it's.
on there.
I feel like it's probably on Late Registration, but I don't love that album front to back all the
Yeah.
time.
I don't
so-
either. Yeah.
See, I think-
that's where that's how I view it.
I think
100%.
one of Kanye's best
Um,
verses is on Late Registration, but I don't think Late Registration is my favorite or best
Ro-
Kanye album.
Roses,
Late Registration-
Roses is a great song.
Rose is a good song.
Does Late Registration have the Cameron and him song?
That's
or-
the song. The final
that's like-
the
that's my
final
favorite-
verse
one of
to
my
that.
favorite
The
songs.
final
Yeah.
verse to that is
So
one of
good.
Kanye's best verses.
good.
That is such a good
Agreed.
fucking
Agreed.
verse.
I just fucking love
Manager
everything
counting
about it.
churros. Oh,
What is the name of the album with Monster on it?
my
beautiful dark twisted
yes.
fantasy.
I don't know if
That's a great album.
I don't know if I would say that's my
love it front to
favorite.
back, but
I-
it's that might have my favorite song on it.
What's
so,
your favorite song?
I don't know. I would have to sit and think.
So I don't
So
know.
I
Oh, go ahead.
oh, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know
No,
if I don't know if my beautiful dark twisted fantasy would be my favorite Kanye album, but if I had to like objectively say what is the best Kanye album, it might be that album because I think that kind of showcases his best range and maybe best
Yeah,
production.
absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that I base this. I don't know why this is a thing, but for me, growing up, basing a rap album, what your favorite rap album is if it's a playthrough album, and I don't know why like rap gets thrown into that, and I don't feel like any other genre of music never gets thrown into that.
No,
It's
I feel
always
I feel like I could do that with everything.
but I feel like most like hard rock, some of the best albums ever have like 5 or 6 good songs, but there's some of those like shitty songs that are kind of thrown in the mix sometimes. Not all, don't get me wrong, but I feel like rap albums, I was always like Reasonable Doubt playthrough, Illmatic playthrough, and then everything else that I would ever base anything off of is like, is it as good as those albums? You know, the like Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, you know, like those albums, and I base everything off of that because, you know, I feel like those are playthrough albums. And I think Kanye's best album is College Dropout because I think it's a playthrough album. I don't think there's a fucking dud on that CD. Not saying there's duds on other stuff, but I just think that was like, I was a huge fan of Kanye before Kanye rapped, and I was one of those non-believers that he couldn't really rap because I thought he was such a good producer. I'm like, this dude just wants to be like everyone else.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that album, I think, proved.
College Dropout debut album could possibly be one of the best debut albums of all time. I mean, I'm gonna
I think
also
it's top 5 debut album, hands down, if not top 3.
yeah.
debut
I mean,
album.
I would also make a hard case for one of my this album is in my top 5 albums of all time is Get Rich or Die Trying. I think that's a fucking playthrough album for me. Like I would only skip at this point In the Club and PIMP simply because I just don't need to ever hear those songs again because they were just so played out. But I don't think they're bad songs. I just don't need to ever hear them again. But every other track on that, like that to me is easily like 50 Cent only slowly went downhill from that album, in my opinion. I mean, Beg for Mercy is a good album, but it's not his. It's G Unit, anyways.
That album, the Get Rich or Die Trying, like I don't disagree with you, but in some ways, I feel like that album doesn't hold up.
Nope, holds up. Beats, lyrics, everything holds up.
No, I think his lyrics are terrible.
I think that's the only album he has like arguably good lyrics.
But I just think some of the stuff like.
I mean, probably maybe not the best. I don't want to make that claim, but like easily one of the best Eminem features ever. Eminem's verse on fucking the second track or whatever is so good. No, when's the last time you listened to Get Rich or Die Trying?
I recently I did because I've gone back to a lot of stuff recently.
This guy's a fake fucking rap fan, isn't he? What he's talking about.
I went back to DMX's first album, and that album holds fucking up.
Have you listened to DMX's new album?
No.
The post Tom.
Is it streaming anywhere? Because I thought I could buy it, but I didn't feel like buying it.
I mean, I know it's on Apple Music. Yeah. What is the word when something releases? Someone releases when. Say it again.
Posthumous.
I think I said it wrong. I think I said posthumously. I don't know.
I think that sounds right.
Is there an H in there?
Posthumous. Yes.
So it's posthumously? I don't fucking know.
Yes.
I'm an English major. Anyways, Todd, so College Dropout for you probably?
Oh, for Kanye, yeah, 100%.
What about you, Mike? You have a?
I don't think I have a favorite one.
If you had to like,
if I had to guess, it would probably be either one of his first two.
College Dropout or Late Registration?
Yeah.
I don't peg you as a late
maybe-
registration guy.
I'm have to remember what the tracks were, but I know I like those.
It has
two
the
albums.
song with
Yeah,
fucking Maroon
Gold Digger.
5, has
Yeah,
Gold Digger,
yeah, Gold
it has
Digger.
crack
it's-
music, it has
that album
Roses.
starts-
Late,
That album starts so strong too. Like that
Which
album
one ended
is
with
just like
Celebration?
boom, boom.
Which one ended with Celebration?
it's a
Graduation.
celebration, bitches. Yeah.
So maybe-
Graduation.
Wait,
Yeah, maybe I like
celebration was on
Graduation.
graduation?
I'm pretty sure.
I think it's on late
No,
registration.
no. You might be right. It's on late registration.
Celebration, yeah, because late registration. I'm sorry, graduation ends with. Graduation has Roses on it.
No. Roses is on late registration.
What's the final song? The final song of of graduation is people never get the flowers while they can still smell them. What's the name of that song? Not called Roses. I forget what it's called then. That's why I thought it was Roses, because the chorus to that song is like, people never get the flowers while they can still smell them. An idol in my eyes, God of the game, Rockefeller
it's
chain. Blah, blah, yeah.
Big Brother.
Big Brother, yes. Okay. Oh, yeah. I think Graduation is probably my favorite Kanye album. Such a good fucking album.
I've been listening to a lot of Blue Collar recently. Rhyme Fest. It's Rhyme
Okay,
Fest's
yeah,
album.
yeah. I haven't listened to that in a long fucking time.
And then I was listening to the Obi Trice album a lot.
The first
last
one?
couple weeks.
Obi Trice's first album was still fucking
No,
good.
his second one.
Second Rounds on Me.
Second Round's on Me. Yeah.
That one's still good too.
I hasn't listened to that in a while.
It's pretty good.
I've been listening to a lot of Outkast lately. I've been listening to AT Aliens.
I've decided that like one of my, if I had to list the top 5 albums, it would be kind of tough, but I would definitely put Mos Def Black on Both Sides. I highly recommend if you've never even listened to it. It's just like, it's more of like a stoner album, and it's like, it's just so mellow, and everything about that album is so fucking, that's just a playthrough CD for me.
Black Star came out of retirement for me last week too.
Oh, that's another, yeah, him and Talib are so good on
Weren't
that
they supposed to do another fucking album at some point?
They were, but I don't.
Is he still in Africa?
Is Most back in the country?
No. And you know what's
Is
so funny? That Black Star was the first CD. I used to buy tons of CDs back then. I remember buying that CD. I remember unwrapping it on my way to my car, opening it, and there was no record inside. And I was like, I walked right back, and the guy didn't believe me at Best Buy. And he was like, legit, like, yeah. I'm like, no, I swear to God. I'm like, I just bought this. You know, it's like, I had that happen to me 3 times.
Yee.
Yikes.
Like, at least.
Yeah,
I love
how Todd just said he bought a CD and opened it and there was no record inside. I'm like, yes, I'd be shocked if there's a record inside.
Yeah,
so I guess I'm gonna pose this question to the panel here. We're about 40 minutes in. Do we just call this an episode?
Is this just rap chat?
Yeah, I think so.
Is this just rap chat, or
like, do we just call this here, cut it, and then do another like 30 minutes on E3 and then call it a night?
it doesn't matter. I mean, I feel like E3 is, you know, whatever.
Can I quickly say I think I do like Late Registration better because I forgot about We Major, which I really liked.
We Major is a good song. I mean,
and Drive Slow.
Mike.
Oh, Drive Slow.
Mike, what's your favorite Freeway album?
He's got the hood on Smash.
I'm a Freeway fan. Like,
I bet he gave Freeway the chain at that concert you were at.
That's what it was. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
I actually have been thinking Freeway in my head the entire time, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, that makes sense. 100%.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember when Freeway? We were in college, I think. Well, not Todd because he's fucking a dinosaur, but we were in college. Remember Relapse when it was Freeway doing fucking a whole mixtape on Kanye, Eminem's Relapse?
No,
I don't remember that.
Unless it was just one song. I'm pretty sure he did a whole mixtape over the Relapse beats, and I remember. I don't know. It was a good mixtape from what I remember.
Do we think Freeway is on Apple Music?
100%.
It should be the first album. I think his first album is actually great.
Philadelphia Freeway?
Yeah, I don't know anything about him afterwards, but I did like his first album.
You know what? Right now, like I'll say this right now, like it probably wouldn't be on my top 5 albums. Maybe it would make my personal top 10. Here's the thing, like talking about top 5 rap.
Way more albums than I thought he did.
Yeah, he has a lot of music.
Right.
Like here's the thing with like top 5, especially when it comes to like hip hop. Like anytime I mention my top 5, anyone who listens to rap is like, oh, fucking trash, but all this stuff, and it's like. I'm not trying to say like this is the best fucking album objectively of all time. I'm just saying like these are my top 5 fucking rap albums. Like growing up, the rap albums that like hit me aren't gonna be fucking Big Pun because I didn't listen to fucking Big Pun when I was growing up. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that like the Big Pun albums are bad, but
I
What were
mean,
you
they're
gonna
not
say?
great, but I don't understand how Illmatic's not on everyone's. Like, I feel like you listen to Illmatic, it's 10 tracks,
I
it's the
listen.
cleanest 10 tracks ever. Like, I think like it's fucking. There's not a bad song on that.
I'm
They
not saying
all
there
flow
is,
into
but
each other, and it's like a 30-minute album. It's not like something that you're like, oh, this is going
yeah.
on for too long. It's like cohesive. It's fucking that album is just so good.
I
I don't think anything. I think that's probably my top album of all time out of any genre of music.
I mean, I can rattle off my top 5 rap albums for myself right now because I know what they are. It's fucking
Top 5. Top 5.
my top 5. Dylon, because I spit fucking hot fire. He spits hot fire. It would probably be a Black Album because I think that's the best Jay-Z album.
No way.
I think it's the best Jay-Z album. It has, I think it has some of his best verses, and I think it has probably his best collection of produced music. I think
Blueprint's probably my favorite Jay-Z album.
I mean, I'm Reasonable Doubt, but I think I would put Blueprint over Reasonable Doubt because I think Blueprint is just fucking perfect in every single way.
I mean, I think
Reasonable.
Oh, go ahead. You think Reasonable Doubt?
I was gonna say I love Reasonable Doubt, but I also think that it's a pretty playthrough CD, but there's a song or two that just I think Blueprint just is flawless.
Yeah, I mean, I like Blueprint too.
I like Black Album too. Don't get me wrong. Like,
I think for me, Black Album is what really made me a Jay-Z fan because I can remember the day that I got that album. I can remember fucking walk to the corner. I got on the 111, went to Haymarket Station, walked to fucking Cambridge Side Galleria, went to fucking Newbury Comics, whatever fucking music store was there. Got that. I think it was Newbury Comics. I don't think that there's not a Newbury Comics there anymore, is there? I don't think there is.
I haven't been to Cambridge Side Gallery
I haven't been there in a long time.
That mall is not a good mall, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't think that. I think it was a Newbury Comics, but I don't think it's there anymore. I don't think it's been there for a long time. Anyways, I remember getting that album and putting it in my fucking CD player and listening to it nonstop. Like that's what like solidified. Like I like Jay-Z a lot. So Black Album. The Eminem album changes sometimes for me. I think I would probably a couple years ago maybe say the Eminem Show, but I think Marshall Mathers LP, the first one, is his best album, so I'd probably put that there and not the Eminem Show. Even though I like the Eminem Show a lot.
Eminem's. Wait, which one is the Eminem Show?
This is his third album. It has it has like, I mean the popular songs from it, like the hit songs were I think that was
Red Curtain, right?
Red Curtain, yeah. It was like The Way I Am, Cleaning Out My Closet, which I don't like, the pop songs or whatever. Like for me, a big part of that album was, I think there's a D12 song on there that's really good, and then it has why can't I think of the name of the song right now? Till I Collapse. I think that's one of Eminem's best songs. Like I fucking love that song.
Oh, it's a great song. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I don't think I'd have Eminem in my top 5.
I mean, I think he's the best lyricist of all time. I don't think there's a better lyricist.
I don't think you're off at all.
Like even if you don't like what he's saying, I don't think anyone else can fucking mix words together the way he does. Like I think he's just untouchable in that regard. If you hate his music, I get it, but if you're gonna tell me he's not at least a top 5 lyricist, I think you're just biased in that you don't like him.
I think his first album is his best album though, because I think that
I like Slim Shady a lot too.
It's so good, but that album finishes so fucking strong. The last 3 tracks on that album are so fucking good that I think the whole album is good, but that just like showed his talent so well. And he obviously all the next 4 albums he did after that were all huge. But
I mean, I think the Marshall Mathers LP for me is just I like the Slim Shady LP a lot, but the Marshall Mathers LP like has just some of his best songs on there. Like I don't know, that would be in my top 5. And then probably, so where am I at? I got Black Album, I got Eminem, so I need a Kanye album. It's probably Graduation. Could change maybe given a day. There's definitely a Kanye album in there, but I think as of right now I'll just say Graduation because that might be a fucking playthrough Kanye album for me. Flashing Lights might be one of the best Kanye songs of all time. Like Flashing Lights is fucking one of my favorite songs ever. I fucking love that song. Even the hits from that CD are songs that I would still listen to. I feel like I judge like the pop hits, like the more mainstream hits now based on like what I listen to that song now. Like I wouldn't listen, like if In the Club came on, I wouldn't like be mad about it, but like I don't need to listen to that song. But if like
no, that's the problem though. I think 50 was shoved down our throats. You know, like I feel like it was. I don't know what it was about when he came out, and maybe it was like the story that he was shot like 15 times. But I feel like
he was shot 9 times. Todd, did you even listen to Get Rich or Die Trying?
Yeah, but, I feel like every song on that album, that's a great. Like I love the album, but I feel like that album was like over like pushed based off of everything that was going on.
I mean, you got to look at the machine. The machine behind that
and
is
honestly,
it's fucking Dr. Dre. It's Dr. Dre at arguably his height. It's fucking Eminem at arguably his height, and then they signed 50 Cent. So like, obviously that person's gonna be fucking all over the place.
I personally liked Lloyd Banks, Young Buck, and what's the other dude?
Tony Ayo.
Who am I missing? Yeah, I loved all their albums, and I think I loved them more than I liked most of the 50 stuff. To be honest with you.
Hold on. Listen, Lloyd Banks' first album, Hunger for More, a fucking classic.
So
I love that album.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tony Ayo's first album, I mean, I liked it too because I was fully into G Unit, but like that's not. I don't know if I would argue that. I haven't listened to it in a long time, but I don't know if I'd argue that's a good album. Young Buck's album.
I don't think he was necessarily a good rapper, but yeah, I think Young Buck is a good rapper.
I think he is too. But I feel like I forget what his fucking first album was called.
He was like,
I mean, he had this other twist. He was from. I think he's from Atlanta, so he has a different tone than the other three because the other three are from New York. But yeah, I would put Get Rich easy in my top 5. So Get Rich, Black Album, Marshall Mathers LP, Graduation. The 5th spot is tough because I think Watch the Throne is also a perfect album, and it takes 2 of my favorite artists. So like usually I round it out with Watch the Throne, and I'll throw.
I apologize. I think that's the best thing Jay-Z's done since after the Black Album. I said that he didn't do much.
Watch the Throne is a fucking magnificent piece of music. I love that fucking album. I guess honorable mention at 6 then would be 2014 Forest Hills Drive from J. Cole. Anyways, I don't know. We've recorded an episode about music, so at this point we're not talking about E3 unless we do a small second episode next. But I mean, this is where we're at.
E3. Just go to Twitter and you'll get all the information you need on E3 already. You don't even have to fucking pay attention to it.
You're a clown. Think about this. I haven't even fully done the fucking intro to the podcast. I didn't do housekeeping. I didn't do sponsor.
We never finished the intro.
Dom, we just barely made it through. Dom is here. So before we finish any final thoughts on whatever the fuck is happening right now, this episode of the podcast, this is sponsored by our friends at Goodnight Fatty. If you're in the Salem,
they want to sponsor this episode.
Why not? It's a fucking banger episode. Todd says it's the best episode we ever recorded. I mean, who am I to tell Todd he's wrong?
What's fucked up is no one ever talks about Tupac, Biggie anymore. Like, I feel like that's not even people's top 5s. And I feel like that's kind of a little wild to me.
I mean...
Finish the sponsor, because I want to get to Mike's top 5.
Yeah, they were never...
Yeah, actually, that's good. I actually want to hear Mike's
Biggie and Pac were never in my top 5, ever. I like their music, but, like, I don't know. I was probably too young when it mattered.
Yeah, probably.
Like, my older brother's top 5 includes, for sure, DMX, probably at least one person from Wu-Tang, Tupac. I don't know if Biggie would be in there, but I know he liked Tupac better than Biggie. Anyways, my older brother brother's like the reason I started listening to rap, because he was like big into rap. Anyways, episode sponsored by Goodnight Fatty. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. If you're in the Salem, Massachusetts area or the North Shore, Massachusetts on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and you want yourself something hot, something sweet, something tasty, fresh out of the oven, head on down to 1 Washington Square and get yourself a delicious Fatty. And if you don't know what Fatty is, you can check them out on social media at Goodnight Fatty and educate yourself on these tasty, tasty treats. A couple of housekeeping things before this episode that makes no fucking sense does something else. We have at least one PAX East online panel coming up, which I am not going to tell you what it is or who's going to be on it just yet, but look for that information very soon, because there's a couple of moving pieces with that. But we have that coming up, and we also just got approved as official media for E3. So there's going to be some stuff that comes out of that, but I won't really know what that entails until Monday morning. So look for some news out of us on Monday of what exactly we're going to be chatting about and having to discuss and cover and whatnot. But it's exciting. We got little E3 media coverage access, which is really cool. So there's that.
I wonder if they'll revoke it after this episode.
I mean, probably when they realize we didn't talk about any video games. Next Saturday, June 12th, I will be streaming for 12 hours to raise money for myasthenia gravis. So you can look for me to be locked into the seat from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturday, June 12th, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So look for that. I'm going to have a few different milestones throughout there if we hit certain donation goals to do ridiculous things. And I think one of them I'll reveal right now. When we get to the last hour of the stream, the game that I play, which I will not reveal just yet, the game that I play, every dollar that gets donated from that point forward will add
it's strip poker.
One less piece of clothing on Mike, and unlock the mic cam. No, it will add 1 minute of time to how much longer past 12 hours I play.
Hey,
so,
can we stop for a second? Can we stop?
Sure, yeah.
Is it something like Hereditary is that you like don't want to play, but you'll play because you're gonna play it? Because like I'm gonna get a lot of money for this to make you play a lot of time.
What's the amount to make you watch Hereditary on the stream?
I've already watched Hereditary.
No, I don't want that. I want Brenden to play like Dead Space.
I mean, sorry, I didn't mean Hereditary. I meant Midsummer.
It's probably not going to be a game that I don't necessarily want to play. It's going to be a game that I think people are going to want to make me play, if that makes sense.
Yo,
can I get its Gex?
Wait, hold on a second here. What if?
Do we have a copy of Gex right now?
I can fucking get one on eBay right now.
Do you have your PSVR accessible and like?
It's right next to me.
Okay, so
I am not playing Resident Evil in VR. Not happening.
Yo, you have to. You have to.
Maybe at some point. Listen, here's the deal.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
Here's the deal.
I'll just I'll walk the disc over. You know.
Here's the deal. That might be something for a future because there potentially may do a second MG stream in July, but look forward. Do a bunch of ridiculous things, but the final thing being, if you want to force me to stream for after 12 hours, every dollar donated will be an extra minute. And if you really want to make me watch or play something, for extended period of time, you have the ability to directly impact.
I'm gonna buy you for like 120 minutes to play Sea of Thieves and just attack people. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save all my money for the end of this stream. I'm gonna be like, yes, now we will play Sea of Thieves. So we're gonna go fucking just fuck with people, and that's all we're gonna do.
I mean, who's to say? Who's to say? Anyway, so look forward to that. But either way, please tune in next Saturday if you can. If you can't tune in, sharing it, donating, obviously, if you can, if you have money to spare. But at the bare minimum, if you can't spend your time or your money with us, at least share it on social media so that somebody else who can spend their time and or money with us can do that, because it's very important to me. And yeah, anyways, there's that. So getting back to what matters.
Also on our store.
On our store.
We do have 2 t-shirts.
That's true.
Money will go to
MG. So if you buy either of our 2 new shirts, which is the Pass Controller logo with the MG colorway, or the MG team shirt, if you buy either of those, the money from that, the proceeds from that, obviously we don't get every penny that gets made. We don't make the shirts ourselves, so we have to pay for the shirts to get made, but all of the profit off of that goes towards MG. So if you do have any money for that, you can do that too. But getting back to what really matters is, Mike, Dom's hyping up your top 5 albums here, so I feel like...
Also, just while we're on the podcast, Gex is ordered.
Oh, boy.
Dom was on top of that.
For the Nintendo 64?
Correct.
Oh, boy. Mike, top 5 albums. Did you get Gex 1 or 2 or 3? What'd you get?
Gex Enter the Gecko.
Oh, boy. Someone's about to find out what the water at Jerry Garcia's tastes like. Mike, top 5 albums. Hit me with it.
I don't have a top 5. I don't have top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5, dead or alive, Mike.
I don't have a top 5.
All right. There we
you
go. There it is.
And ended this episode with a wet fart there.
Mike, name an album.
Name an album. Okay.
What are your top 5 most listened to albums of all time?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. I want to say and it's weird because I think within the last, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so, I stopped listening to music as much, and it screwed me up. So I'm still in the mindset like, all right, I'm in my early 20s, and I'm gonna listen to some jams. And all I can think back to is the time I listened to Reptilia, which is on Strokes' Room on Fire. Listen to it like
so
50
good.
times
So good.
in a row.
I
Just Reptilia.
I love
I
how
like the entire album, but I listened to
love it.
Reptilia. Like I was doing laundry and I was just listening to Reptilia.
That would be
It
in my
stopped, I
top
was
10, but
just
that's
digging.
like in my top 50. And I love that Mike has that even album out. I love that we're even talking about that album right now.
That's how you got the drums down. Because you're like,
I never got the drums down. I never got the drums down.
I love how everyone else is like, yeah, it's on the Strokes album, like Rock Band. That's how
Yeah,
that's
that
how
was
any
crazy.
any
I
non-rap
was a big
music
fan of that album. Yeah,
was introduced to me. Listen, senior high school, there are 2 reasons why I listened to anything other than rap music. It was Rock Band and Dom introducing me to other music. Jen will never let me live it down because a lot of my quote unquote white people music is like based off of Dom and Todd and not her. Like fucking Weezer, Killers.
Jen brings to the table besides the Beatles.
I feel like me and Jen listen to the same shit. So like she just needs to get on my same page, and you know.
There definitely was a day where Brenden texted me and was like, "What are some good Beatles songs?"
Yes.
And I was like, "This is such a weird text conversation." in the 2000s, this is such a weird text conversation to be had.
In 2000s, hold on, that text message to you would have been probably like 2014. That's mean, like not long ago.
Still, their albums were out for 50 years.
I know. Prior to that point,
and
Todd always tried to get me to listen to the Beatles. No, it was like I was like, I need Dom's verification here.
I feel like Beatles would be an easy because like Beatles are like I didn't discover the Beatles till I was like 28, 30 maybe. Like
listen,
and there's so many other bands like Pink Floyd and other bands that I would be like
couldn't name a fucking Pink Floyd song if you tried. Couldn't name a
Yeah, Brenden,
I couldn't name one. Maybe I know one, but I couldn't name one.
We'll smoke a huge joint. We'll listen to Dark Side of the Moon.
Listen, I couldn't name a Pink Floyd song right now. I couldn't name a fucking Fish song. I couldn't name a fucking Garcia Boys.
No,
what is Jerry Garcia's band?
I can't
Garcia Boys. What is he?
I can't.
Grateful Dead.
Garcia Boys.
Jerry
Garcia Boys.
Fish is trash. Grateful Dead is good.
Yeah. I don't know any songs that Cherry Garcia sings.
What was that show on Comedy Central? Mind of Garcia? That's a joke. Mind of Mencia.
That was about as funny as Mind of Mencia.
Anyways, it's funny to look at the stream and then look at the Discord call because in the Discord call with the lights and my sweat in my fucking face is so shiny, and then in here it's much more subdued.
That's what they say. Twitch takes away like a layer of grease.
Apparently. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't name like so many beloved bands that you are naming. I couldn't name fucking a single song from any of those people.
No, I know.
Well, you named Fish. Fish isn't a beloved band.
That's terrible. No,
It's a
exactly.
weird.
No, there's fish heads.
They're
There's fish heads
jam
out there.
band.
There's fish heads out there.
No, Fish heads filled in for Grateful Dead because they all fucking died. You know, like
Bro,
Fish became big.
why do you have a problem with fucking the Garcia Boys?
Only Cherry Garcia died.
I'm a Cherry Garcia fan.
Listen,
I
listen,
really enjoy it.
hold on. Cherry Garcia is a top five fucking Ben and Jerry's
Ben
flavor.
and Jerry's flavor.
It is. I
No,
fucks
no
with Cherry
way.
Garcia. What? Top 5 Cherry Garcia? Isn't it just
Top five.
Isn't it just
I mean,
cherry
like-
chocolate chips and fucking ice cream?
Yeah, it's like vanilla.
Yeah,
ice
but they
cream,
have
that's
so
what I'm
many
saying.
better flavors.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Cherry
yeah,
Garcia
there's
is a staple.
no.
That's a
No,
good solid pick. Cherry Garcia.
You know what? Half baked.
Half baked is the best. Is the goat.
Yeah,
Half baked's the
exactly. Yeah, there's.
And I was just shitting on fish, but fish food is fucking delicious.
Fish food
too.
is
Great,
also
I
fucking
agree,
delicious.
100%. Yep.
I will say
absolutely.
this. I don't know if this is just up near me, but like, it is almost impossible to find Half Baked in a fucking store. I don't know if it's just always sold out or they don't fucking sold it. Like they don't sell it. Like
it's probably just the most popular.
The only time I can ever find Half Baked is if it's the Froyo version, which I don't mind having that, but it doesn't taste the same. Which is I don't mind eating the healthier version, but at least taste almost the same, not like fucking completely not the same. And then the other one is they have like a different Half Baked now, or it's not called Half Baked, but they have a similar ice cream, but I think it has peanut butter in it, and it's just like, why you gotta ruin this fucking perfect thing?
Yeah, you don't need to do anything with Half Baked. But I will say, and it's so weird, the Americone Dream from, I think it's Jimmy Fallon.
I think it's Stephen Colbert, yeah.
Stephen Colbert.
Well, the Jimmy Fallon, what's the Jimmy Fallon?
He also has one too.
I think his is like potato chips and snack foods. I think is
it has. Okay. I think it has the word late in it, but I can't remember. What it is.
So Colbert one's top tier, like really fucking good. It's got like it's pretty much good. Yeah, right. It's so good. All right, now, okay, what's the next top 5? What can we talk about now?
I don't know. We're gonna fucking wrap this the fuck up right now.
I think this may be one of our more successful episodes of all time.
I mean, it probably will be. It's just gonna market it properly. Mike, fucking retweet the show for once, like just one time. Just see what happens. Just see what happens.
I don't want people to know that I'm involved in this.
Mike, your Twitter bio might be one of my favorite things ever, because unless it doesn't say it anymore, but it says frequent non-contributor to Pass the Controller, and I don't know why that phrase is very funny to me. It's a good phrase.
I've had that up there for like, I don't know, for a very long time.
It's a great phrase. But
Mike,
anyways,
you gave us one album.
That's true.
And I don't even know. Did you even say the name of the album? You just said
He literally just said Reptilia.
I said Room on
I
Fire.
don't remember him. All I heard him say was Reptilia.
I don't remember hearing you say it. I just remember hearing you say it.
Who is
all
that?
right, timeout.
The Strokes.
Top
the Strokes.
5.
It's the album that Reptilia's on.
Top
you
5.
Didn't say it.
Top 5 rock band songs.
I thought we were talking about rap albums, so I was like, wait a second. I don't know what.
Yeah, I definitely don't have a top 5 like rap album specifically.
All right, but Mike, what
in my top 5 initially, I'm just gonna say, at some point, I know I really liked Kid Cudi's "Man on the Moon." I know I really like that album.
"Man on the Moon" is
Food and Liquor.
Food and Liquor is good too.
Probably should go up there. Like off the top of my head, I know.
I think "The Cool" is Lupe's best album.
I still prefer Food and Liquor.
I would
over
have
The
to listen
Cool.
to both.
I'm actually shocked by that.
Yeah, I think Brenden might have a point, and The Cool probably.
The Cool is really good. Like I love Food and Liquor, but like if we're talking about full album, I think The Cool has like a lot of his best songs on it.
I think it's a playthrough thing, but
maybe yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll give The Cool another chance and see.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't like The Cool?
No. I would need to like start it at the beginning and play through. Like I can picture songs, but I can't do it. Like I can't picture the entire album in my head right now. So I don't know that it was always a playthrough album for me.
I've never.
I feel like I skipped songs.
Wait, you've never listened to a Lupe song?
Never.
Todd, you would probably you'd probably like Lupe a lot.
Yeah.
Lupe's like probably not as like lyrical.
We should probably get him on the show.
I mean, I'm down. He's a big nerd. He's a big fucking nerd.
He's a big nerd.
He's probably not as lyrical and not in like a I'm dissing Lupe situation right now. He's probably not as lyrical as like a Mos Def, but he's like sort of in that type of vein. A little bit more, I think. I guess at least marketable to mainstream, because I feel like Mos Def is just like you got to like rap and like want that type of music.
Well, it's weird that Mos Def had like an acting career too, though. He like just expanded off of fucking his rap career, which is like
Yu-Gi-Oh. Is that Mos Def line? Is that a Mos Def line?
Yeah. No, it's the old Asian man.
Okay, because I've never actually watched that movie. I only know about that movie because Jeff quoted it all the time.
He is in that movie.
I should probably pick. What is it called? 21 Blocks.
16 blocks.
I should probably pick 16 blocks and just watch that movie. I should probably pick that for my next pick.
Yeah.
I hated that movie.
Bruce Willis, Mos Def. That's all I remember about the movie.
I feel like Mos Def was in a few other movies, right?
Don't Be Kind Rewind with fucking Jack.
Be Kind Rewind was pretty good.
He had an arc on Dexter.
He was in a bunch of stuff. No,
he was in an episode of House.
Wait, he had an arc in Dexter, Mike? Was it after I stopped watching the show?
Probably. I think that was season 6, maybe?
Weird, okay.
6 or 7.
He was in an episode of House where he was all internal. He was all internal monologue. Yep, he was in Hitchhiker's Guide.
Italian Job. Yeah, he's been in a bunch.
Yep.
Italian
Job.
I don't know if that movie holds up.
I like Mos Def. I fuck with Mos Def.
I have a soft spot for like heist movies, I think.
I
Like, I never-
hated that movie so much.
Top 5 heist movies, Mike.
Top 5. All right. Italian Job. Ocean's 11. Ocean's 12. Ocean's
Why
8.
did you stop it? Why did you stop at Italian Job? You could have gone through. Isn't there like?
There's several. The Brazilian
Yeah.
Job. I forget
Yeah.
the names.
Are any of the James Bond movies a heist movie? I feel like they've got to be, right?
Not really.
Not really,
It's
no.
not-
Mission Impossible?
Endgame.
Endgame's technically a heist.
Endgame is a
Um,
time heist. Is it the same?
A time heist. Yes, I'd say it's more
Yeah.
of a heist than any James Bond movie. Now,
Right,
if you want to
absolutely.
say that, some of the Mission Impossible movies are heist movies, or more importantly, Fast and the Furious, yeah, there's a case.
Oh
to be
boy,
made that
those
are
Mike,
heist
but those are family dramas. Those are family movies.
You know,
They're-
those movies
they're
are fucking
families
straight
that-
trash. Like it's just like I keep on watching that clip of like when Dom and fucking whatever shoot their fucking car into this thing that spins them around the cliff and everything, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
stop pretending like these movies are good. Stop. I'm sick of honestly, I'm really getting sick of people saying, "Oh, you're supposed to leave your brain at the door for this kind of movie." That's like the excuse for bad movies these days. It's like you just have to leave your brain behind, and it's not trying to be anything. It's like fuck off. Like it just looks stupid. They're flipping
Todd over
over
here,
like 18
fucking
times.
Todd Scorsese.
They're flipping over like 18 times in a row, barrel rolling through the count, and then all of a sudden they like look exactly the same. They're like,
Todd can suspend his disbelief for fucking Keanu Reeves running around shooting 8 zillion people, but when a car flips
No,
over
like-
3 times, it's too much. It's too much for him.
but he's believable. These other fucking people aren't believable.
I
That's the
mean,
problem.
I mean, to be fair, you made Fast and the Furious sound like it's just car jumps. I've definitely seen a car jump out of a skyscraper into another skyscraper,
Yeah,
which is never possible.
Yeah, right. Just think of the
They've
space
used
this
cars
one,
to catch people more than once. I don't mean like
Yes.
catch them like they fall into the door and like land on the seat. I mean like, we're just gonna try and catch you on the hood of this car.
Yes, that's what. It was like 7 that they did that. Like, yes. It's,
Listen, I'm gonna
In one of them, he opened the car door and somebody slid into the car while they were
Yeah,
moving.
that also happened. Yeah, that was also.
at no point did we say Fast and the Furious was a believable set of films.
No, I just said stop acting. People keep on like defending this movie to their death, and it's like, yeah, like there's way better shitty movies out there than that movie.
I don't know, some people really love it. I mean, if clearly enough people really love it, they keep fucking making them. I do want to apologize for anyone who, when I tweet out that we're about to record, I never, ever, 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 ever say what we were going to talk about, because there are times like this
Because it turns into this.
when this is
And
what
this
happens.
time,
I tweeted out we're going to talk about E3, and then we never
And
fucking
then it
did.
never happens.
That's fine. I mean, if you're here,
we
you
talked
love it.
about entertainment. We talked about
Everything. We can talk about how E3
Everything.
Talk about
never
expos.
comes to
We talked about expos.
There we go.
There you go.
Perfect. We got 3 E's.
Mike, so you got Lupe. Other albums that you've listened to, your top 5 most listened to albums.
So I would say probably, what was I gonna say? Blue Album, Weezer's Blue Album.
Hell yes.
I do enjoy a lot.
I mean, that's a playthrough album.
It's a playthrough album.
Does Blue Album
shit,
have
Evil-
In My Garage?
Yes.
I love that song, and Jen fucking hates that song because she hates the way that River says.
In my garage.
Yeah, she hates the way he says garage, and I'm like, no, it's fucking great. He says like, I don't know. He's like, in my garage. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He dropped a syllable somehow.
Yes.
I don't know where it went.
He drops like the first A.
Yeah. And I also really liked Evil Empire, which is Rage Against the Machine.
Rage.
Okay.
Yeah.
No MCR on there, Mike. No Black Parade.
I mean, they're good. I don't know if I would put any of them like that high up there. I did like 3 Cheers for.
Sweet for Revenge.
Yeah.
No fucking Fall Out Boy. No Panic at the Disco.
They would end up somewhere
No
on a list if they expanded. If I expanded a list.
See,
beyond the-
No MJ.
What? Yeah, that's what I'm surprised about. that
MJ,
there's no MJ album up
should be like realistically, just in terms of cultural relevance. I think it should be up there in my own list. I don't think it is, but it.
there. I
should
feel
be.
like you must have a MJ album most played.
Yeah, I was gonna say
No?
of just like most played music. You
I-
don't.
I don't know because I
Wait,
don't.
Mike.
I don't. What?
Would
Go
you put Evil Empire over their debut album?
Fair. It's a tough choice. I think because I probably listened to Evil Empire first.
I did
And
too,
then-
but I think
I
like,
can't-
I've actually gone back to listening to a lot of Rage over the last couple months.
But
and,
their first album is really good too.
oof,
I
dude,
can't
it's fucking. Oof.
I can't even stomach Rage now. They're fucking way too political. I can't do it.
Yo, they
The classic,
were so ahead of their
classic
time,
like
it's so good.
topical
That's why
joke
the-
from Brenden.
Nailed it.
Classic
like-
topical joke.
I
they're
will.
so ahead of their.
I will say, because this is how slow my brain is working right now, Mike, one of the best heist things ever of all time, the heist episode on Rick and Morty is one of the best Rick and Morty episodes.
That is like an episode that it like I don't know. I like it started off weird to me. I'm like, this is whatever. But then like once you
agree.
get to the part where Rick has to assemble a second group,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Have you guys seen the meme that says Rage Against the Machine never told us what they were raging against?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be sarcasm? Because like they definitely told us what they were raging against.
So yes,
exactly.
it is like a bunch of people think that Rage is like now political, and it's like, dude, what have you listened to their music before?
Have you said the name of their fucking band?
Yeah,
Like,
it makes no sense.
Raging
to me.
Against
No.
the Machine.
No, the meme I saw was basically like they never said what the machine was, and the joke was something along the lines of, like, yeah, they've been raging against like a printer or something funny, something like that. I've seen that meme before.
Yeah, I mean, we know what machine they were raging against, but
Right.
I don't know.
So I believe you were trying to dissect your MJ album, Mike.
Oh yeah, essentially, at least growing up when I would listen to MJ, I don't think I ever had an MJ album in particular. I think I just had a collection of songs in some capacity, so I couldn't say definitively, like, oh yeah, I really loved, Off the Wall, or I really loved, Blood on the Dance Floor.
What about Astro Lounge? Like, you fuck with Astro Lounge like that, or no? Wouldn't it be top 5?
No.
Dude, you know what album I'm talking about?
No. But because I don't, I can confidently say no.
That's
Somebody.
yeah, this guy gets it.
Oh yeah, that is.
Yeah, I can still
that is
confidently
Astro
say
Lounge.
no.
I did have to Google that. I did not know what that album was called. It was like All-Star Smash Mouth album. Todd's like, I knew.
Todd's culture like that.
Does anyone else have like a weird album that they bought at some point that they like don't even know why they bought the album? For me, it's probably whatever album had L.E.N's Steal My Sunshine on it. I bought that album for some fucking reason when I was young.
Was it the Go soundtrack?
No, I'm pretty sure it was. I mean, it may have been on a soundtrack too.
You bought a Len album?
I bought a Len album, I'm pretty sure, to listen to Steal My Sunshine.
You and 5 other people in America?
I'm a Len fan.
No, Len was huge.
I'm a
That was, like,
millennial.
big song. That was like.
Yeah,
that
Len was huge. Not here.
Well, it's huge
but they
for
were
Steal
huge.
My Sunshine.
That song was huge. Steal My Sunshine. That was it. That was pretty much the extent of Len.
Mike, no Offspring on your list?
Offspring is good.
Offspring's the second CD I ever bought. It was TLC, Crazy Sexy Cool, and Offspring I bought at the same time.
Another
Their
album
first album.
Another album that I bought at a very young age. I was still in middle school. I bought it at the Revere Flea Market, a bootleg copy. I bought two albums during this trip. I bought Ja Rule's first album, and I bought The Baha Men.
Oh.
Listen, I think like Ja Rule deserved his fate, but at the same time, people were absolutely getting down to Ja Rule music for like the first like 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, he had bangers with Jay-Z, with Ashanti. Like he had popular songs.
Even his solo albums, his first 2 or 3 solo albums were like pretty damn good.
What would I be without my baby? The follow my break, man.
That was his third album, and that was Ashanti all over his third album. But like,
Yeah.
no, his first actually that people still ate that shit up. That shit was like huge. That was like my sophomore, junior year of college. That Ja Rule was like, and Jay-Z. It was just Ja Rule and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And then Nas came out with fucking Stillmatic.
What about Ka Millionaire, Mike?
Millionaire. I'd never listened to his entire album.
What about Papoose?
Papoose, did he have albums or did he just have mixtapes?
What about Mike Jones?
Who?
I was hoping someone was gonna say that. I actually listened to Wally World. I don't know why Todd said that, but it's very weird that we just said Papoose and fucking Mike Jones.
We used to call Wally World all the time.
Oh, I forgot about that. So
we did it at Porter Cafe.
So
all the time.
without saying names, there was someone that Mike and I and Dom went to high school with, who had a place that we would hang out, and the person that lived there's name was Wally. So like, we'd always fucking, I don't know, fucking quit snowing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's still a banger right now. If you put that on, people will be like, "Fuck yeah!"
Walla 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 walla. Do you think that number still works? Someone call him right now. Let's fucking get him on. Let's get him on the podcast. Let's get Wally on the podcast.
He must
Who's
hate you. Didn't
Who's
he like hang up on you like constantly?
Oh, he would hang
He
up all the
definitely
time.
answered one of the times we called. Like,
I don't know.
know
In
for a
high,
fact
in high
he
school, me and Dom used to call into Sirius XM radio all the fucking time.
Yeah, that was. Oh yeah.
Wait,
I do
well-
call you.
Wait, what did you call in Sirius XM?
We'll talk about it off the podcast.
Yeah, what channel?
Oh, I
What
do kind of
channel?
remember. I wasn't there for that. I remember you guys talking about it after.
Because I was like an
They let us on the air. They let us on the
Yeah.
air at least once.
Dude, I got on the air on Sirius XM when that started on like a lot of times on like people's shows that I shouldn't have even got on. Like
Oh, we
famous people.
definitely shouldn't have got on the air.
No, Dom said the most ridiculous shit on the air.
What about the Black Keys, Mike?
I don't know if I.
Where did they
This
go?
is an album by the Black Keys. They
Yeah.
apparently just came out with a new album, which I have not listened to.
I don't know.
Have
think
you listened to the new Weezer album, by the way? Because the new Weezer album is very good.
I have not.
No.
Mike, Killers?
Killers. Okay. Yeah.
Hot Fuss, baby.
Was it Samstown?
Huh?
No, that's a good album, but like that, I think Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz is the one I really
Hot
want.
Fuzz.
Yeah,
yeah.
Hot Fuss is
Hot
good.
Fuzz.
Yeah.
I fucking said that. You
that's
took
like a-
Todd's
that's a
Hot
flavor
Fuss, but
album.
not my Hot Fuss.
I don't want your Hot Fuzz.
You guys should play Emily Is Away simply to just like relive some
I-
of this
you see, I
music,
would.
because all of this music shit would like it gets
Yeah, I'm
referenced.
sorry, I love it.
Like it's
Oh.
it's so good.
How about I can't remember what the name of that album was. Black Holes and Revelations.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. I don't know if it would be top 5, but I think it would be
Who is that?
top 10.
It's got to be up there, played for you.
Muse.
Yeah.
Oh.
Use.
Wait,
Um,
which album is it?
I
Oh,
could,
that's the
okay.
one with-
could I name
Their
a
album
Muse song? I have
before
no
that, Mike,
idea.
you'd probably, Mike, I don't know if you ever listened to their stuff, but their album before that you probably like even more than that album.
what's it called?
I forget the name of it. It's the album they did before that, but I'm trying to think of what Brenden would know.
Yeah, I don't know what Brendan would know either.
Did they not have an album in song in rock?
No, they had a big song.
Knights of
Knights of
Sidonia was
Sidonia was in Guitar Hero.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
a Guitar Hero.
Yeah, I don't really fuck with
I
Guitar
don't-
Hero like that. Mike, what about Ocean Eyes?
Was Hysteria in?
Wait, Billie Eilish?
No.
So I can't speak directly to Brendan's thing, but just remind me that I did like Yellow Card a lot, or at least I.
Oh,
I liked,
there's a place on
Ocean
Ocean
Avenue.
Avenue.
Yeah,
That was a great album.
I did like that album a lot.
Wait, Mike, Ocean Eyes? Really? You don't know?
I'm
It's
trying
what's his face?
Billie Eilish.
No,
yeah, Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
Mike.
I can't remember his name.
Come on.
I didn't listen to the album. I don't.
Frank Ocean,
Yeah.
No, Ocean Eyes?
but
Billie
Frank
Eilish.
Ocean did have good music. I did like Channel Orange.
I literally can't. I was trying so hard to sing the chorus and I can't. Fucking Fireflies.
Billie
Mike.
Eilish.
Fireflies.
Oh,
Mike.
Billie Eilish.
Ocean Eyes. It's not called
Fireflies.
Ocean Eyes, is it?
The
Oh,
album is called Ocean Eyes for Fireflies.
Oh, yeah.
I would not believe your eyes.
Exactly. And I don't believe your fucking lies, Mike. I know you're an Ocean. Mike's a big Snow Patrol fan. He's a big
Are
Chasing
we still
Cars fan.
recording?
We are, unfortunately. We didn't fucking stop this podcast
We
right
should
now.
probably stop this. This is ridiculous.
Everyone,
This is the worst.
this
Everyone go
podcast turned into I'm gonna Google songs and say stupid albums. Mike loves Snow Patrol though. He's a big Snow Patrol.
I
Mike-
mean, to be fair, I was looking up albums that I thought would actually be in Mike's top 5. You were just looking up.
I mean, Mike likes
Yeah,
Fireflies.
yeah.
Here, Brendan, the few songs. Hold on a second. How do I want to phrase this? Brendan had said earlier that where his music, like white person music, came from, like his knowledge. He definitely liked Snow Patrol in high school for completely separate reasons. than
Yeah,
that.
I liked one
saw-
fucking song, Mike, Chasing Cars, and that yes,
Yeah.
we know the reason.
Yeah. Okay then.
No, it's a good song, though, regardless.
Don't throw Snow Patrol on me.
Mike's fucking throwing out AO10 over here like he knows what he's talking about.
Now the Fray, you might have a case, but Snow Patrol.
The Fray's album is so good.
The Fray we saw live, right, Mike?
We did see the Fray live.
Did you
You
really?
saw the wait, where did you see that?
Disney
World.
Wait, they had a concert there? Who else was
They had
there?
a concert. It was the Fray, Cassie.
Yeah.
Oh no way!
Was it Cassidy or Cascada?
It wasn't Cascade. I think it was like.
Okay.
Wait, was it
like an
Cassie or
R&B
Cassidy?
singer. No, it was like an R&B like singer.
So it was fucking Cassie.
forget her
Me
name.
and you.
It was
Me
Cassie,
and you.
probably.
Me and you is a banger.
Yes.
Oh,
And I think
that's
there was
such a good
somebody else
song.
there, but I can't remember who it was. It was the third.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up to see if I can find this, so I'm off the podcast for the rest of the episode.
That's fine. We can wrap things up
It
anyways.
should be over.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone.
Welcome to hour
no,
2 of the
no.
Pass the Controller team talk about music for an hour.
Anyways, thank you so much for listening
Well-
to our E3 2021 predictions. Anyways,
Oh man.
as always, you can listen to the podcast. You can listen to the podcast wherever fucking podcasts are sold. Mike's fucking dying right now. Why did they give us money? Why did anyone fucking watch this or listen to this or give us PAX panels or any of this other shit? Why? Anyways, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode 261. As always, you can
So, Brenden, what have you been playing recently? Dom, what have you been playing?
Oh my god, I can't do this right now. I can't. This is
All right,
too
well,
much.
I found the lineup.
worth it.
It was
Yeah,
it
who
was
was
Mario Vasquez, Cartel, The Fray, and Cassie.
Okay.
I mean,
That's-
half of that's bangers. I don't know about the Cartel or whatever you said. Did you say Mario Winans? What'd you say?
Mario Vasquez. We missed some real good ones the couple years before that.
Yeah, our mistake was graduating too late.
2005 was Yellow Card, Sierra.
Yellow Card would
2006
be a
was-
banger show.
Was Fall Out Boy and Omarion.
I don't care for
Ooh, okay.
Omarion. I mean, he's gonna bust out those fucking
2008 was Neo.
you got served moves. Then yeah, I'm down.
2000 was Destiny's Child, Jessica Simpson, BB Mac.
Jesus.
Wow.
We're getting some love for Yellow
That
Card
would
in
have
the
been
chat.
back when
and
Todd
Shotgun
like,
McCain.
graduated.
99 was Britney Spears, Sister Hazel, and Real Big Fish.
99 I graduated high school in 99. So
That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
it was.
that
It was senior night.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you would have
a
got
million
Britney
years
Spears.
old. You are a million years old.
No doubt, Real Big Fish was a huge. Like it was like the ska. Like ska was still going
Real
strong.
Big
right?
Fish.
Yeah,
Sister Hazel. I
Goldfinger,
definitely know
all that.
Sister Hazel. What was their song?
I don't know Sister Hazel actually.
Was Sister Hazel one that I was confused with Blues Traveler?
Yeah.
Wait,
That
what
makes
is Sister Hazel's big song though? Because I feel like I should know. That.
I don't know. While you're thinking of
I
that,
wonder-
shout out to Asa and Borderline Entertainment for the big raid coming in at the end of the show. You missed a real not gaming centric podcast tonight. This is
Okay.
a fucking disaster.
Welcome everyone
Yo,
to the
best
Pass the Controller podcast.
Todd, Sister Hazel was all for you.
Yes,
It's
all for you.
for you.
Doesn't sound familiar.
It's a
Shotgun
Mike,
McCain said
wait,
Yellow
no.
Card's
Sing
cover
it
of
better.
Take on Me is real good.
Mike, sing that song better because I don't know what you were singing. I need like some serious passion behind this.
Yeah, okay.
Get into it, Mike. Fucking get into it.
I have to look at the lyrics so I can actually sing it.
It's hard to say what it is I see in you.
It's hard
Oh,
to
okay,
say
yes,
what,
okay.
what it is I see in you.
Oh, I thought that was that. Are those lyrics similar to the Fray song?
How to save a life.
That's pretty similar to Four Non Blondes. I don't know if you ever heard that song before.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm gonna do this.
I don't know what the fuck is happening right now.
The Four Not Blonde song is the one that Todd always sings.
Oh yeah, I know. This is a disaster. This is horrible.
Yeah.
Mike,
Amazing.
Mike, have you
Refreshing.
been drinking, or is that just a coffee?
This coffee's from this morning. I didn't drink anything because I still don't know. No one gave me real instructions on what to do after they tore a tooth out of my mouth. So I've just been like winging it.
Oh yeah. How
Yeah,
many
wait,
days
that
has it been?
Cutwater place.
Mike, will you do the introduction to the podcast?
Yeah, hit me up. The outro. Do the outro, Mike. Or intro. Do whatever the fuck you want.
So to answer Brian's question, they took it out Tuesday, so I think I'm in the clear now. Like,
I mean, if you went to my dentist like I fucking told you to, you could text him and say, "Can I drink?" Because that's what I did.
oh, I mean, I don't care about it that much. It doesn't.
Well, so
Just text Brendan's dentist anyway.
Yeah,
wasn't your dentist Wally World?
So here's the thing, Mike. Is
Yeah.
if you, I think you're in the clear. But if you drink too early and the blood clot isn't fully sealed, from what I understand, the alcohol can go directly into your bloodstream,
Your blood.
and that's
what
not
I
good.
thought. Yeah,
We
that's
are
what I
not.
figured
This is not medical advice.
No,
No,
we
this
are
is
not doctors.
We're not doctors.
Listen, Mike, I
We
did
should
way
end
worse.
the. We should absolutely end the episode. This is
No,
absolutely going. This is. We are
That's
completely
fine.
off the rails, and now we're like in a
Mike, I've
different
done way
dimension.
worse shit, and like it will never go anywhere. You're fine. You're good.
All right.
100%
I
medical
love how
advice.
with the way that the
I've
camera.
talked about-
I love how the way the camera's looking. I'm just realizing this now. Like, I know. I'm assuming. I'm hoping that Todd is wearing a tank top, but it looks like he's wearing like Stone Cold Steve Austin's fucking leather vest. Like that's what it looks like he's wearing. Anyways, shout out to my boy, fucking Austin 316.
So cool.
Fucking smash a
Broken
few beers
skull.
over your head for me.
Cold Carls with iced tea. You seen those commercials?
Unfortunately. Anyways, thank you so much. But Mike, hit us with the fucking outro, baby. Hit us with that.
I don't know what the outro is.
What?
I
You
told
make
you
it
I
up.
don't listen to this
Freestyle
show.
that shit. Let's go.
Uh,
What do you think the outro
Thank you
is?
for listening to this episode of Pass the Control.
That's all you got?
all I got.
That's all you got?
that's all I got.
more.
I was gonna ad lib some more, but I didn't feel like thinking.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode 261. If you're a friend of the show, fan of the show, want to help support the show, you can do that.
If they've gotten this far, they're a friend of the show because this is bonkers.
If you've gotten this far, you're fucking in. We're gonna get the brand out. We're gonna tattoo you with the insignia. It'll make you a lifetime member of PTC, the fan club. Anyways, if you are a friend of the show, fan of the show, want to help support the show, you can do that in a few different ways. You can go to passthecontroller.threadless.com and buying some sick swag. You can go to patreon.com/passthecontroller, becoming a patron. Subscribe to the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/passthecontroller. You can, for free, share us on social media, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, or just let a friend know that we exist and we'll be in your debt for letting people know that we exist. Mike's got those hot summer vibes. Mike, summer fucking 21. Bring a hoodie. Anyways, like I said, we're going to be streaming next Saturday for 12 hours. So come bother me a lot during that. And yeah, you can find me at bgroom. You can find Mike at _MikeOpath. You can find Todd at Toddy_by_nature. You can find Dom at PDC_OneLittleSpark. And thank you so much for listening to this week's episode 261.
Wait, what do you think about E3 that's coming up?
I think you'll have to wait and see.